Hi guys, in this video I am going to tell you how to save lots of money while traveling in London. When I first moved to London, I had no idea how to buy train tickets or pay for transport. At first I just used my bank card to tap in and out of the stations, but I quickly realized I was spending a lot on each journey and I was surprised how people in London are surviving with these travel expenses. Then some of my friends told me about the Railcard, which gives discounts on train travel. So I got one and started buying daily tickets through the Trainline app, and that saved me around 2 to 3 pounds per day. It might not seem like much at first, but over time it really adds up. There are even more ways to save on travel in London, and I'll walk you through them in this video. Stay tuned till the end, where I'll compare fares with and without a rail card and show you how much you can save by linking it with an Oyster card. So let's get started. First, let me show you how to buy a rail card. Simply search for Trainline Railcard on Google and it will take you straight to the page where you can purchase one. Once you are there, select your age group, for example 18 to 25, 26 to 30. Then select whether you are traveling alone or as a couple if you are two people traveling together all the time, for example friends or twins. Or select with family when you travel with at least one child. And then select yes, you travel in London, so that it will recommend the best rail card for you. It's a quick and easy process, and this step alone can help you save a lot on travel, not just in London but across the entire UK. Rail cards offer a 3-year option which can save you £25 straight away compared to the renewing yearly. This is especially useful for students or anyone on 3-year visa, as you will likely be in UK for long enough to recover the cost easily through travel savings. If you are not sure about staying for 3 years, you can go for the 1-year rail card instead and renew it annually. Even in a single year, you can easily recover the £35 cost if you travel frequently. Railcard prices have gone up by £5 compared to last year, so there is no guarantee they won't increase again. That's why it's up to you to decide whether to go for a 1-year or 3-year railcard. If you are a student, make sure you check some websites like Unidays and Student Beans, where you will find some discount codes that you can enter during checkout to get your railcard at a much lower price. Now that you have got your rail card, let's move on to buying your Oyster card. There are a couple of easy ways to get one. First, we'll start with online. Simply type Oyster into Google and select Oyster Pay as you go from the options. From there you will be directed to the TFL's website where you can create an Oyster account. After creating your account, you'll have the option called Get an Oyster card. Just click on that and follow the steps to have it delivered to your address. It usually takes a few days, but easy way to get it is through stations. If you prefer to get your Oyster card in person, you can buy one at any underground or overground station. Just use the ticket machines or ask for help at the information counter. Once you have got your Oyster card, make sure you top it up with credit so you are all set to use it on public transport. Also, don't forget to link your Oyster card to your Oyster account. To do this, select the Add an existing card option. This way you will be able to view your journey history, manage auto top-up, apply for refunds and much more. I'll also show you how to top up your Oyster card for the next time you need to travel. It's pretty straightforward. First, touch your Oyster card on the reader, then select the amount you want to top up. Insert your debit card and enter your PIN. Once the transaction is approved, remove your debit card and tap your Oyster card again on the reader. That's it. The money will be added to your card and you're all set for your next journey. So let's go. We need to tap our Oyster card on the yellow reader. Once the green light comes, the gates will open and then we can enter the station. Now that we have both rail card and Oyster card, the next step is to link them together to get the discount on our travel. To do this, we need to visit a major underground station like Whitechapel, which is near to Shadwell, and also other stations like Aldgate, Liverpool Street, King's Cross or Tottenham Court Road. Alright guys, let me tell you something. I've got a bit of challenge on my hands. Right now I'm on my way to Porter's Bar for work, but I have to make a quick stop at Whitechapel to link my rail card to my Oyster card. The tricky part is I only have 5 minutes to do it. Once you get down at the Whitechapel station, look for an underground staff member near the entry or exit gates. When you find a staff member, let them know that you want to link your rail card to your Oyster card. They might ask you if you are exiting the station. If they don't, you can simply mention that you are not exiting. So they will tap their card to allow you access to the Oyster machine. Next, they'll ask you to tap your Oyster card on the machine, check your Railcard, and then enter your Railcard number. Once that's done, your Oyster card will be linked and you will start getting discounted fares on your travel. With this whole process done in just 3 to 4 minutes, I quickly rushed and made it to Finsbury Park by 3:33 pm, just in time for my train. But guess what? The train is delayed. The train is finally moving at 3:45 pm. Let me show you some views from the train while we are at it. Finally, I reached Porter's Bar at 4:06 pm, but guess what? My next bus is delayed too. Seems like everything is against me today. Alright, no more challenges for today. Let me quickly show you the difference in fares when you travel from Shadwell to Porter's Bar with and without the Railcard, and also Oyster card linked with Railcard. First comparison. If you book tickets through Trainline with a Railcard, the total fare for a round trip is £9.44. This is actually a bit higher than it was on February 10th when the price was £8.45, but the fares went up last week, which explains the price hike. Second and third comparisons here. I am showing two journeys, one from February 10th without a Railcard and the other from February 11th where I have linked the Railcard to my Oyster. As you can see, there is a 2 pound difference for the Shadwell to Porter's Bar journey and a 1.2 pound difference for Hibernian to Shadwell. So with the Railcard and Oyster linked, I am saving a total of 3.2 pound per day. Not bad, right? Let me conclude some points to you guys. If you are using Oyster card, you need to use the same card while you are entering into the station and also exiting out of the station. And if you are a person who is traveling only through bus, the Oyster is of no use. It is same like your debit credit card. You won't get any discount. To all the people who are here to London only for visiting, you can just tap your Wi-Fi enabled debit card and credit card, but use the same card for the whole day when you tap in and out for the transport. If you are here to London for visiting and if you are traveling to so many places on the same day, you can buy all-day travel card from zones 1 to 6, which you can use for any trains and buses up to 4 am the following day. If you already have a rail card, you can get good discount for travel card as well. This video is especially useful for anyone who is new to traveling in London and looking to save some money. If you are watching from outside London, feel free to share this with anyone you know who is planning to visit or move here. Thank you for watching all the way through, and if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more helpful tips and travel content. Bye, see you in the next video.